Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Cruz, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to check out the Matribox II by SONICAKE. Let's get it! This video is sponsored by SONICAKE. They sent this over for me to check out. I'm very excited about it because, well, this could be a really awesome alternative to some of the more expensive products that exist out there. In fact, I would say a pretty cool direct competitor to products that I even use, like the HX Stomp by Line 6. This thing features the basics that we see in a lot of these products nowadays, such as your input, your left and right output. Not just that, but you have an effects loop, you have MIDI in, MIDI out, you have headphones, USB for updates. I mean, this thing is packed to the brim. It even has an aux in, which allows you to use external units, maybe MP3 style players, to actually run through your effects unit here. It features 3 separate foot switches, as well as a volume pedal or an expression pedal of sorts, as well as the individual buttons that can get you into the category of the effects themselves, or even be utilized as on and off switches. Let's plug it in, let's dial in some tones. Again, I'm gonna use this as an all-in-one. I also don't think it would be wise to go through every single sound. I think we're just gonna try to build a patch that I would build here for the channel anyway, and just see what we can get out of it. Let's jump right into it. First thing I want to do is turn on an amp. I'm going to actually stick with the TDW Deluxe, and then we're going to jump to the cabinet. I actually like this Vox 1x12 for my cabinet, so we're going to turn that one on, and let's hear what that sounds like. Not gonna lie, that's sounding pretty good already. So the other thing I want to turn on now is start dialing in some effects. So let's go over to the reverb. Now let's quickly jump over to the delay. I, of course, am digging the lo-fi delay. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of EQ. I'm even going to put on a little bit of that noise gate for a noise suppression. We're going to bring it down to about 47, just enough to make it sound a little bit more quiet, take away slightly that 60 cycle hum without actually affecting the signal. I don't know what this tape mod thing is, but I like it. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing, but I don't care. It sounds kind of good. So let's turn that thing on. Let's go to the mod to see what we could throw on. I think a chorus would be really good. Mod 2 on this D chorus here. Not one of those things I'll have on all the time, but it's good to know that we could call upon that when needed. And now we need just a little bit of drive here so that we can really get some kind of grittiness to this sound. I'm going to go to the Blues OD, which I'm assuming is a blues breaker of some sort. You're able to reposition your effects here to get them to sort of sound or be in the chain of where you would like it. So I'm moving my volume pedal to after my overdrives, but before my amp here. And I put all of my modulations, like my chorus, delays, and reverb after the cab there, as well as the EQ, so that I could have the cleanest delays and reverb possible. Now I'm going to throw on some pads and hear this sound in its full context. If I'm being fully transparent with you, I didn't have very high hopes for this thing. I was reluctant to even review it because I was uncertain if it would actually live up to its potential in terms of the category that it sits in. But after messing with it, I'm blown away. It's not the greatest all-in-one unit that I've ever tried. There are some shortcomings, and we'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, the overall tone, what I was able to get out of it, how easily I was able to dial in these tones, I'm shocked at how good this thing is, especially at the price point. Back in my day, the only thing I can compare this to was this guy right here. This is the Zoom 707 II. It came with the 2 foot switches, expression pedal, pretty much everything that this thing has without any of the modern technology. It even has a drum machine, just as this one has. The growth in the last couple of decades between something like this to Zoom 707 to what we get here with SONICAKE, it's pretty incredible. It's unreal. But we can't talk about the good without talking about some of the bad. So what are the cons with this thing? As I've mentioned in the past, all-in-one units sometimes come with a sacrifice. Something always suffers, whether that's the quality of build, the sounds, or some of the sounds, and there are some things that are suffering with this product. I went through all of the overdrives, and though I only showcased the blues breaker style overdrive, it just reminded me of old school unit style overdrives. It wasn't quite nailing the overdriven sound in the way that I would prefer, and therefore I much rather possibly use external overdrive pedals with this thing if I were going to place it on a pedal board. That doesn't mean that I think you shouldn't use this thing or shouldn't buy it. I actually feel the same way about the HX Stomp. I don't use any kind of drives within that product because I feel that it resembles the same thing. It doesn't quite nail it. Overall, I think it's really, really great. I would highly recommend to anyone who's just getting started with effect pedals. I think it's a great starter pedal for an up-and-coming guitarist who wants to get into effects but doesn't want to pay thousands of dollars to get started. This is a great alternative, and it doesn't sound bad at all. I'm definitely going to keep this thing in my collection. You just never know when I can throw it on a pedal board and reuse it again. Let me know what you thought about this product in the comment section below. If you have experience with it and you have settings or sounds that you want to share, please do so. With a product like this, it's hard to cover everything that it has to offer, so I like the comment section just for that, to be able to share our own settings and go back and forth on what works best for you. While you're down there, please do all the things that help the channel grow. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, hit the bell notification icon, share this video so other people can take a look and interact with us in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next week.